What's up, marketers? In case you haven't heard, UGC is dead. And so is media buying and email and SEO. So number one, it became a top performing ad type on Facebook ads and more increasingly TikTok ads. And the reason why is because it felt more genuine and less like marketing. I think everyone has heard that line, right? It doesn't feel like marketing. It feels like your friend is talking to you. But now it doesn't feel that way because people know what's going on. It's marketing. It's still marketing. And the second reason why it gained popularity is because a lot of people were talking about it on TikTok and on YouTube as a way to make money as a side hustle or even a full-time job for some people. And some background on me, I've done a little bit of each. I've been the person running the ads as a media buyer, and I've also been a UGC creator myself for several brands. But this idea that UGC is dead, let's dig in here and see what's really going on. So there's three questions that I'm going to answer today. Number one, should you still be a UGC creator in 2023? And number two, what about starting a UGC agency? And number three, I'll give the final verdict on if UGC is actually dead or not. So number one, should you still become a UGC creator in 2023? And my answer for that is only if you want to become a creator. I think the UGC is actually an excellent entry point into becoming a creator yourself and making content, putting yourself out there and making a little extra money. But I think the heyday of all these brands thinking that they need all these creators is over. I've actually seen a reduction of the number of creators needed at the agency where I was working. And I also just see less UGC creators needed in general for any paid social campaign that I'm working on. And I think part of the reason why that is too is a lot more brands are starting to see traction coming out of image graphics, coming out of studio shoots and other types of shoots. So the ones that really doubled down on UGC, they're starting to explore other ways to diversify their creative because that's where they're seeing real wins, not just in using some arbitrary UGC trend. And what about starting a UGC agency? This is one I definitely think people should not do. I think that it is the wrong time to start a UGC agency. It's going to be even harder and harder to find clients because I see so many brands and agencies starting to reduce the number of UGC creators they need. I think brands and agencies will always need creators, but I just think that they need less of them right now. So they're really going to concentrate on the creators that they've already worked with. So it is going to be a little harder for newbies to get in there on both the creator side as well as the agency side. And I think that the only way you can really be a UGC agency now in the later half of 2023 is just to be a creative agency. So you have to have all sorts of creative offerings and you really need to do it all. You need to do studio shoots. You need to be able to do graphic design and statics, and you need to be able to, yes, do that UGC as well. But it is no longer the focal point, and I'm seeing increasingly that it's not even a majority of what brands are putting out anymore in terms of their paid social strategy. And finally, what's my take? So I don't think UGC is dead. I think there's always going to be a need for brands to partner with creators to make content and even make content on paid social. But I do think the glitz and glamour and frankly arbitrage of UGC as a side hustle for normal people and as a potential agency getting starting point is not something that we're going to be seeing anymore. So I think that a few things are going to happen here. Number one, I think that we're actually going to start paying creators less and less over time because their services aren't going to be as needed, and as such, they're going to be valued a little bit less. I think that for a while, a lot of UGC creators were able to get away with charging $700, $800, even $1,000. And I think that a number of creators will still definitely be able to charge those rates, but they will have already have to have had a proven track record or already be a creator themselves in the specific niche that the brand is wanting to target towards. Essentially, being a UGC creator is not going to be enough. I think a lot of the UGC agencies that started are going to begin to close up shop unless they can pivot really quickly and just become a full creative agency. And again, those creators that are going to stick it out are, I think, just going to become creators. I even think that there's kind of an ick factor right now when I see UGC in the certain bios of creators, and I'm actually starting to see a lot of the people who used to have that no longer have that, and they're just a creator or a creative strategist or a creative director, and they're no longer wanting to associate themselves directly with the UGC agency. Then they're no longer wanting to connect themselves directly to just doing UGC. So essentially, UGC is about to change. And if you've watched any of my previous videos about becoming a UGC creator, I think it's time to decide if you just really want to become a creator. Because if so, yes, there is still absolutely room for you in the industry industry to start working with brands and starting to make content, and for you to really go deep on those relationships. But what I do think is kind of over is this easy side hustle to make money and the launch point to starting your own UGC agency. I just don't think that that's going to be a need anymore. And that's it. What's interesting to note about UGC too is, even though I do think that it's starting to change a lot and it's not as needed for brands and agencies anymore as it used to, it still is a really big part of anyone's paid social strategy, any brand's paid social strategy. Even in my online course, which is going to be launched at the end of this month, which is all about performance creative, there is a entire section that's dedicated to UGC, how to work with creators, how to make the best UGC content that you can. So I do think it's really important for people to master. There's just honestly no need in our industry anymore for mediocre UGC and mediocre creators. So I'm excited because I think the quality will rise to the top, but I do think that it is going to be a little bit of shakeup on the creator side, which I know many of you who watch my videos are creators. I think it's just a good opportunity to learn how to diversify yourself and also begin investing in your skills so that you can become more of a creative strategist, a creative director, or work with other creators or brands in a different way, because I do think that they're just going to start needing UGC less and less. And that's it. If you guys are interested in the online course that I'm launching at the end of this month, I do have a link in my bio that you can sign up for to be on the waiting list so that you can learn more. And yeah, I'm really excited about launching it and I can't wait to see you guys in there. All right, talk soon. Bye.